This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The Daily Podcast.
Your ass better call somebody. Yeah, you know it. Not only hell yeah, I am Ralph Williams. So let me talk to you. That's right here on the Wrestetalk show every Tuesday at 5:00 p.m. right here on your social media platforms, our usual regular ones, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and also on the Kick Network and the Huddle Sports Network as well. We are here every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Today we have a lot to talk about, including we're going to talk about the latest on the All-In pay-per-view that happened with AEW this past Saturday. Oh my gosh, lots to talk about there. There was a big debacle in the match between Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. As Sting came out and helped Darby Allin out. No one expected that to happen, but we'll talk about that coming up. WWE Raw last night. Becky Lynch had some choice words to say to Paul Heyman, and you're wait till you hear these words. You're going to love it. All right. We're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studio, 724-2010-500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. We're here at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland. As we are every single time here, and we're sponsored by the studio sponsor is Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, Western Pennsylvania's #1 heating and air conditioning company. Also, Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland, area code 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty as well. All right. Also, we are sponsored by our new sponsor here, Carey Insurance Group. Call Steve, area code 302-642-6201. Carey Insurance in the Delmarva area, which is the Delaware, Maryland area. They call it the Delmarva region around the eastern seaboard. You call him today. That number again, 302-642-6201. And Steve will get you covered for all your insurance needs, life, home, auto, anything you need insurance-wise, home insurance, anything, fire. Whatever it is you need, don't forget to call Steve for that. All right. Smokin Jim, welcome to the program. It's great to have you, as always. Go ahead.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. This is my most fun thing to do all week.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm going to try to see if I can get this audio of what Becky Lynch last night, Smokin Jim, had to say to Paul Heyman. And, of course, you know, after what the screw job that they did on last week on to Seth Rollins, you know, she had quite some things to say. And I'm going to see if I could try to locate it here, because if I can, we're going to hear this audio about what Becky Lynch had to say to Paul Heyman in the back last night. And I got to tell you, it was a pretty interesting what she had to say. So, you know, let me see if I can find it here, Smokin Jim. If I can find it, we got it. There it is. There it is. I think I found it. Here we go. All right, here we are. This is the audio from last night's Raw of Becky Lynch and Paul Heyman. Here we go. Hold on.
Your snake oil salesman crap doesn't work on me, okay? I don't like you. I have never liked you. I have never trusted you. But neither did my husband. But unlike the people whose coattails you rode on. He didn't need you. He used you. He knew that you were going to turn on him. He's actually a little surprised it took you so long. But don't worry. When he comes back, he's not going to hurt you. You're nothing to him. Okay? And you'll be nothing without him. With all the people that you love in the business, all the people that you surround yourself with, whatever maybe you decide to attach yourself with, he's going to kill them. He's not going to kill you. You're just going to.
All right, Smokin' Jim, your thoughts on what Becky had to say to Paul Heyman last night. Go ahead. Smokin' Jim.
Hey, I tell you what, Paul's lucky she didn't rip his head off, but you don't want to mess around with the man. What you think?
No, you don't. And I was actually glad she warned him like that. And if you heard it correctly, the audio might have been a little bad, but you know what? If you heard it correctly, she pointed point blank. She said, you needed Seth more than he needed you, and he knew that you were going to screw him. But he rode Paul Heyman's coattails. One of the best things, and how many times have I said this, Smokin' Jim, and I think you'll agree with me, sometimes you can resurrect your career if you switch from a baby face to a heel or from a heel to a baby face. You see? And Seth Rollins needed to do something else. He needed to become a heel. He did that. Now he's going to go back to possibly being a baby face, or what I call the heel in the middle. What I mean by part baby face, part heel. The fans like him, but he's still a heel. And Becky Lynch is going to continue to be Becky Lynch. And I think the power couple is really going to go after Paul Heyman. And, we're hearing all kinds of stories right now about this alliance between him and Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins has been consulting with Roman Reigns, putting together a game plan that when he does come back from his injury, he wants to team up with Roman and maybe a few other people or CM Punk and all that, and try to go after Paul Heyman as a Shield. Because Jon Moxley's contract doesn't run out now from AEW until 2027. So with that, if they do decide to put a new Shield together, I'm hearing it could be that, and it also could be one or both of the Usos. There's going to be some semblance of a Shield put together to go after Paul Heyman. And if Becky Lynch tells you something's going to happen, most of the time it happens. Don't you agree, Smokin' Jim?
Yeah, I agree with that, Ralph. You're 100% right, brother.
I mean, she said, my husband is going to come and find you. He's not going to come and find you. He's going to take down your empire. And then maybe after that, he'll come and find you and take you out. But first, he's going to take down his umpire. These two Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, they better be careful because you're screwing with the wrong people. You're screwing with Roman Reigns. You're screwing with CM Punk, and you're screwing with Seth Rollins. These three guys together. If you put these three guys together, and why would you want to, what they call, poke a bear? And what has happened now is they have poked the bears. All three of these bears. They've poked all of them. They've poked CM Punk, they've poked Seth Rollins, and they've poked Roman Reigns. All right, now, CM Punk's got his opportunity now against Jey Uso at Saturday night's main event next Saturday, or not this Saturday, next Saturday, November 1st. Okay? Saturday night's main event. All right? An opportunity for Jey Uso to get the title back, or CM Punk to finally get his chance at being the world title holder now that Seth Rollins is temporarily out of the picture. But grant you this, and you heard it here, Smokin' Jim, and everybody out there, you heard it from Ralph Williams. Yeah, let me talk to you. And let me tell you this, okay? I think that when Seth comes back, he's going to get that title back again. And if I'm CM Punk, I would work with him to try to take out Paul Heyman when he needs to. But when they need to fight against each other, that's going to happen. And I think it's going to happen sooner than later, because I know Seth is not only angry because CM Punk will probably be the champion unless they decide to go back with Jey Uso again, because I guess, that's in the plans. I don't know, because they broke the Usos up, try to make them do separate, then they put them together temporarily, and now they're sort of broken up again. We saw it in the Battle Royal last night. Jay tipped Jimmy over with LA Knight, and who I actually thought was going to win that match last night. And it turns out Jey Uso won it, and he even screwed his own brother for it. I mean, that's pretty bad. But I'm thinking also too, you could see a Jimmy versus Jay match. I'm seeing that coming, because it seems like there's some kinks in the armor there between them two. They all Jimmy's friends with LA Knight. LA Knight don't like Jay. Jay wants to kind of, I think, do his own thing. I don't think he wants to go back to the same old, same old. So your thoughts on all this, Smokin' Jim, and then we'll move on to the new tag team champions.
I think you covered it all, Ralph. Man, I agree with you, man. I can't really add nothing more.
All right. Next, let's move on. The Judgment Day finally lost their belts last night to AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Last night, Dirty Dom pulled another stop out of his Eddie Guerrero toolbox, and then he also cheated in the Battle Royal, but he didn't get away with it, of course. But Dirty Dom beat Rusev last night. Becky Lynch won her match. It was a good Raw last night for a change. They had all these title matches and stuff going on. And then I'm glad that Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker were not involved in any of the championship stuff. And I have a feeling Paul Heyman has something up his sleeve. But your thoughts on CM Punk winning this Battle Royal, this match coming up at Saturday night's main event? And then also, don't forget, we have the other championship matches. We can talk about the tag team match. What are your thoughts on AJ? Because I'm hearing his contract runs out next year, and he's planning on retiring. He's going on a retirement kind of thing like Cena did this year. Next year, he's done after the 26th season, whatever. What do you think of this AJ Dragon Lee thing?
I don't know. AJ Styles, I think he's still got 3. I don't think he's like John Cena. I think he got 3-4 years left in him, man. I've never seen him with this much muscle tone, man. He spent a lot of time away from wrestling in the weight room. Looked like his body's still holding up, and he's putting a good product out there. So I see AJ Styles sticking around for a while. How about you?
Well, that could happen. You are correct on that. But the rumors I'm hearing right now is he's planning on after 26 being done. Now, I don't know if that's being done in the WWE now, and he might do an Adam Copeland and try AEW. I don't know. We're going to find out. His contract runs out next year. So let's just wait and see. Right now with AJ Styles, we're going to have to do that. And I'm glad now that he has become once again a Grand Slam champion, pretty much. He's won every belt in the WWE that I'm aware of. I think he has won every belt. I know he's been tag team champ at least 3 or 4 times. He's been the World Heavyweight Championship champion a couple times. U.S. title, and I believe he's even won the Intercontinental belt too. So he's a Grand Slam champion in WWE. Plus all his accolades in TNA. Everybody forgets about that. He won belts in TNA. He was he's in the I believe he's going to be or is in the TNA Hall of Fame as well, and probably will be in the WWE Hall of Fame. So it's going to be interesting to see where his career goes moving forward. Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree. This match was a joke, Smokin' Jim. They need to get Becky Lynch some competition. This every week. This Maxine Dupree is just unacceptable. What do you think?
Yeah, that's so true. But they're building up their fan base, and I guess they figured that's the best way to do it. But in my opinion, it's still tippy time, bro.
Oh, you know it. I said it last week. I have newfound respect for her.
Who's the new girl that kind of looks like her? That kind of messed up. What match? She messed up the match with Flair.
Oh, you mean the
Charlotte
tag
Flair.
team match? Yeah,
Yeah, remember the girl in the stands?
Yeah, she's from NXT.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's from NXT.
She's a looker.
Yeah,
She's
well,
a
they
looker.
had
I said, okay.
they had the NXT champion, the NXT Women's North American champion, tagging up in that match on Friday. That was
Yeah.
they had an opportunity to win more gold. Those two from NXT. So and it was perfect because you had Vic Joseph and Booker T, who are the NXT announcers there for SmackDown Friday night. I'm sorry, no, Vic Joseph was there with Corey Graves, and I want to welcome him back to the broadcasting table. He's back. My thoughts on Brock Lesnar, what he did to him. And speaking of Corey Graves, I happen to be friends with his father. His father has a wrestling company called the Pros of Wrestling, and they will be at the November 8th. They're going to be at the Ross Township, Recreation Center. Get on their website, their Facebook page for more information. There's a QR code here on this banner. The Pros of Wrestling, check them out. They have some great matches. Sam Adonis will probably be there, who happens to be Corey Graves' brother and Dan Polinsky's son. They will be there as well. But go ahead, Smoke.
He looks familiar.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. What you say, Ralph?
Oh, I thought you were saying something. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. So anyway, all right, Smokin' Jim. Let's get back to this. The next match we're gonna go over is the Dirty Dom versus Rusev. Dirty Dom pulled out the stops yet again, and So your thoughts on this match? You there, Smokin' Jim?
I tell you what, anytime, Dirty Dom is just winning every week, man. He's figuring out a way to do it. What you think? I know you don't like him, Ralph, but man, he keeps winning.
Yeah, he keeps winning. I'm curious to see what's going to happen when Liv Morgan comes back, because when she comes back, you gotta, So if she comes back, I'm told there's going to be some big time turmoil, because they got Roxanne Perez there now, and Dom's messing with her. I'm told, and we'll see what's going on there.
Who's he messing with? Who's he messing with?
Roxanne Perez.
Oh man, you can't blame him now.
Yeah, I know. She
got them hips on her.
yeah.
But she put the pressure on him. How can he turn it? I mean, I think he was trying to turn it down, but how she kept putting the pressure on him.
Yep, exactly.
What's going on with Liv?
Liv is hurt. She's got that. Once again, she got that recurring shoulder injury, and she's hurt again. So,
wow.
She's out for a little while. I'm sure she'll be back, and when she does, I think I'm hearing stories she may be going back as a baby face, because I'm hearing now the Judgment Day might have put her out the pasture. We're gonna find out. I think the Judgment Day, after they lost their tag team belts, you saw they were arguing with Dirty Dom in the back before the Battle Royal, because they were all involved in that Battle Royal, and so they were back there arguing again. There's friction going on. Something's going to happen, but I can't put it together yet as to what's going to happen. It just seems like there's a lot of arguing going on. Dirty Dom, I think he wants to carve his own niche. I think he's trying to get away from these guys as much as he needs them. But you know what? He's pulling out these matches without them. And look what happened to Seth Rollins. I think sooner or later Judgment Day is going to put him out the pasture. That's just my thought on that.
I tell you, who's going to put him out the pasture, man. Is Solo and the boys. They're getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, they are.
They're doing some damage. What they call themselves, the MF something?
The MFTs. Yep.
Wow.
The MFTs. Yeah, they are. But I'm going to tell you something right now, Solo Sikoa.
All right, take care, sir. Always good seeing you.
You better not mess with the Wide Six, because if you thought the Solo and the guys were sick, the Wide Six are even sicker. I wouldn't mess with the Wide Six if I was them. I really wouldn't. You see, they've had some standoffs, and they haven't really, how you say, had a match yet, or any kind of competition going on with them. It's just been stare downs. And even Nikki Cross has even stared down Solo Sikoa. They're not backing down from these guys. So Solo better be careful about who you mess with. He thinks he's king of the camp. And, hey, you know what, Solo? These guys, they've been around a lot longer than you. And let me tell you something. They know how to fight, and they're sick people. And one thing you don't want to do is mess with psychos. That's one thing you don't want to do. And now Solo is starting to mess with psychos, and I don't think you want to do that. What do you think, Smokin' Jim?
Yeah, I agree with you, but hey, Solo and them, man, they're on the rise right now, man. And they got that 7-footer that's vicious.
Yeah.
But who was it, Fontu or whatever his name is? Who beat him up in the back, man? Who hurt him? Who do you think did that?
That's going to be a good question because there's a lot of blame to go around. Drew McIntyre wanted an easy way out, or at least he thought he was getting an easy way out. And there's rumors he did it. There's rumors other people did it, and there's a suspicious person who did it.
Drew said he didn't do it.
Well,
you don't believe Drew?
No, I don't believe Drew. Drew McIntyre. Let me put it to you this way: Drew McIntyre could come knock on my door, and what he could do is when he knocks on my door with a raincoat, tell me it's raining outside. I'd have to look out the window. Yeah, because I don't believe anything he says. He's a liar. He should have been suspended and fired for what he did to Cody Rhodes. I've been adamant about these general managers. They don't control their shows. They let guys do whatever they want. And now Adam Pearce, I heard, is under a lot of pressure. That's why last night he did what he did with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, and finally stepped up and did something. And he needs to do a little more of that. These shows are getting out of control, and they're just letting people do whatever they want. And Nick Aldis promised when he took over he was going to crack the whip. I don't see any whip cracking. I mean, I really don't. But Drew, on the other hand, he deserves everything he gets because of what he did to Cody Rhodes. And and his crying about the officiating, his crying about this and that. It's actually a good storyline about him crying away and the blues about everything. And so that's just there you are. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I kind of thought he was going to win the championship last night, man. He had Cody down, I thought, for 1, 2, 3, but Cody was able to pop up. But Cody gave him a pretty good beating, man.
Yeah, he did.
Then he whacked him across the head with that belt.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Drew is known to take shortcuts, and he's tried to take people out to get shortcuts, so he doesn't have to fight in any matches. And who knows? Maybe he did get Jacob Fatu. I'm told somebody else did. I don't know. We'll see. For all I know, it could be Roman Reigns. We don't know. We don't know who it is. You know what I mean? At this point, we'll find out though. They know who it is. I've heard rumors on the internet, but we won't know until we find out who it is. And Nick Aldis is conducting an investigation, and we'll see where it goes. Find out who it was. It could be anybody. Could have been the Bloodline, or the Solo and his boys. Could have been them. I don't know.
Yeah.
They've been after him since he got away from the nest there, and they've been after him. So we'll find out exactly what's going on. But you're right. Solo Sikoa's gang is not somebody to be played with. But in my eyes, they're playing with the wrong group. You don't mess with sick, psycho people like the Wyatt Six. I would never mess with them. I'd stray away from them. And I haven't seen any action yet. All I've seen is 2 standoffs. So until we see some ring action or whatever, at this point, right now it's nothing. So we'll see what happens moving forward with that. So Stephanie Volker won her match last night as well. The new women's champion on Raw, and she's been doing pretty well. She's got a 16. She's been in wrestling only 18 months, 16 months or so, She hasn't done a bad job. Look where she's at now. And then you got the you got the Kabuki Warriors who beat the living crap out of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky last week, and Rhea's got a busted nose, but she did an interview with the sponges or the gauze in her nose. She got a broken nose, and part of her face was broken after that, after what Asuka did to her last week. If I was Asuka, I would get out of the WWE right now because you got an angry, pissed off Rhea Ripley, and we've all seen it, Smokin' Jim, and I think you'll agree. When mommy gets pissed, look out. You there, Smokin' Jim?
Yeah, that's true. You're right. When mommy gets pissed, man, watch out, man. She's a terror.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Female
absolutely.
Tasmanian devil. You're right.
Absolutely. So, but anyway, let's get into some AEW real quick here before we move on, or before we go here tonight. We're going to shorten the show a little bit tonight. We really don't have much to talk about other than I want to congratulate the Hardys. Last week or a few weeks back, they won. They beat the Dudleys. The Dudleys are done supposedly with wrestling altogether as that act. You never know when Bully Ray might show up again. Devon Dudley no longer works for the WWE, so I'm assuming they're going to have roles within TNA or AEW perhaps or something. But the Dudley boys are done. They've officially retired. The Hardys put them away, won their belts. The Hardys now have 3 different tag team belts from 3 different companies, and real soon the Hardys are going to be supposedly, from what I understand, they want to end their career in the WWE and they want to win the belts one more time. But I don't see that happening too much. What I want to see, though, Smokin' Jim, in the WWE real quick before we move on to AEW, because I forgot to bring this up. Why would you bring in the Motor City Machine Guns and then not have them wrestle hardly? So they finally wrestled on Friday, but the Motor City Machine Guns are a world-renowned tag team. They've won belts everywhere, even in the WWE. But, they're a world-renowned tag team as good as the Hardys, and they haven't even really wrestled that much. And I find that very appalling that you're taking the talents of 2 good guys here and wasting them. And I hope that the Motor City Machine Guns either get more time with the WWE or go back to TNA where they belong, or wherever, Japan or whatever, because they seem to do well there. They're since after they lost the belts, they haven't seemed to be been doing too well in the WWE. But we'll see what goes on. The tag team division in SmackDown's jammed up right now. And you got DIY back in the psycho business again, too. So, you got them running around screaming and hollering, crying like babies, and so on. I see a breakup, as I said before last week, of the Street Profits. WWE's taking that team, breaking them up, getting them into solo careers because the USO one didn't work out too well, I guess. And now they're doing it. But now the USOs, again, are breaking up. So we're going to find out what happens there. But let's move on to AEW right now. They had their pay-per-view this Saturday. All in. The big news, Sting returned to AEW. He's been an ambassador for them. He's been going to these Comic-Con shows. He's been doing all kinds of stuff. He's been retired for a little bit here. He came back to help Darby Allin against Jon Moxley and the Death Riders. He brought the baseball bat. Only difference was he wasn't wearing a wig. He had his actual gray hair, and he wasn't wearing a wig. And so your thoughts on Sting making a return to help Darby Allin against Jon Moxley?
Hey, it's always great to see Sting, to have Sting, man. He's been part of wrestling for most of all some of these young wrestling fans' lives, man. They don't know wrestling without Sting. He's been around that long, but so I think that's a good move, very good move.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, real quick here, we got some pro wrestling action. Actually, that's an old one that I should have got rid of a long time ago, and I did. And let's clear up some room here. There we go. All right. Find that one that I wanted that before, and I couldn't find it. All right, here we go. This Saturday, All Star Wrestling, the pros of wrestling also are going to be wrestling this Saturday as well. I'm going to bring this up here. They're going to be in White Oak, and guess who's going to be there? Sam Adonis. Doors open at 6:30. Bell time is 7:30. It is the White Oak Athletic Association. Get on the Pros of website, the Pros of Wrestling. Get on their website and check it out and get your tickets. Sam Adonis will be in action, and it will be at the White Oak Athletic Association this Saturday, October 25th. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Bell time is 7:30 p.m. in the White Oak section of Allegheny County, up that side of Pittsburgh. You want to check that out as well. That's going to be an interesting event. I would be there if I could, but I'm not going to be able to make that event. So there you are. All right, folks. Despite that match there with Sting coming back, Smokin' Jim, it wasn't a bad pay-per-view. I read up the results on it. The grades were pretty decent on some of these matches. You had the Young Bucks and going up against somebody, and they ended up doing their thing. But your thoughts on this pay-per-view on Saturday and everything else with all that?
I think you laid it out great, Ralph. I agree with you. I thought it was good. I thought the reviews accurately depicted what went on there. It was outstanding, man. Keep up the good work for these federations.
All right, I'm sorry. It was Wrestle Dream. I said all in. It was Wrestle Dream. I'm sorry about that. I made a mistake on that. But anyway, let's go. We can go over some of these matches here, and I'll give you the grades. This is from Yahoo Sports, and Yahoo Sports said that they give a B- to Darby Allin defeating John Moxley, and Sting making the save there. The next one, Hangman Page defeated Samoa Joe. Rumor has it this could be Samoa Joe's last match in AEW. Also, he's talking about retiring. He has said that he's had a lot of injuries. You and I both know that. Your thoughts on this match? This was a good match here. I saw previews of it. I watched some previews from a fellow wrestling talk show guy who sent me some footage. Hangman really escaped this match with this win against Samoa Joe. This was one great match. Yahoo Sports gave it a B. What's your thoughts on this match?
I was kind of surprised. I thought after the last show last week when they were nose to nose, when Hangman kind of saved Joe. I thought Joe was going to win it. But hey, it's Hangman's time. I gave the match an A. Samoa Joe, I do agree. He looked like he's about ready to, it's about time to toss him in. Hang up his trunks for good. So
yeah,
I thought maybe he was going to go out with the title. But hey, man, what a great career, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, the interesting part about it was, he's had a lot of injuries and he's in his 50s, and I didn't know this, but he's in his 50s. And, I think usually around when you're in your 50s, usually your body starts tearing down in the wrestling business. And he's had a lot of injuries over the years, including he still wears that elbow brace on his elbow. You know what I mean? So. All right, here we go. Let's see who we have. The PGH Chris TV show. Great show, Ralph. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning into the show. Thank you. So there we go. All right. Okay. Bro Dito defeated Kashika Okada and Kazuki Takeshita. They gave this match an A. This was supposedly one great match. It was an amazing tag team match here. Your thoughts on this one?
Again, pretty good. I wouldn't give it an A though.
There you go. Yeah, well, that's Yahoo Sports. They gave him an A. So, but yeah. Mercedes Moné defeated Mina Shirakawa to retain the TBS championship, and she won the Women's World TV Championship from ROH. This woman has 10 titles now. I mean, literally 10 titles around, over her shoulder. And it's amazing that that she can carry on like that. Your thoughts on this Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks?
The CEO is still on the roll, brother.
Yes, she
I
is.
love it. I love it.
I'm getting tired of this match. Chris Statlander defeated Timeless Tony Storm to retain the AEW Women's World Championship. These two have been fighting now for months. I think it's time to move on. Yahoo gave this match a C+. Your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I would give it an average grade as well. Even the build up to it wasn't too good. They're in the studio somewhere and mouthing off, and then they went to the ring and kind of battled each other a little bit, and seemed like they wanted to make out more than they wanted to wrestle.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And AEW is known for wrestling, but Kyle Fletcher defeated Mark Briscoe to retain the TNT Championship. Yahoo Sports gave this one an A. They said this was a good match. I didn't actually watch it, but I was told that this was actually a pretty good match. Your thoughts on this one? Mark Briscoe always puts on a good show.
Always, man.
I didn't meet Mark Briscoe. I met the other Briscoe, the one that's deceased. I met him once. So, All right, the Hurt Syndicate defeated the Demand. Shelton Benjamin. Well, hold on. They said grade. They gave it a B grade. They said the best spot of the night was Shelton Benjamin's Tope Con Hilo. It says Jurassic. So your thoughts on this match? I hear Bobby Lashley's unhappy. He wants to go solo and go after the title and stuff like that. I think the Hurt Syndicate's about to shut down. What do you think?
Well, they got the MVP. Well, if they got the MVP, they're always going to have the advantage.
Yeah. We will see what happens with this. Jurassic Express defeated the Young Bucks. That's who they fought. It was an A+ match. So what's your thoughts on this match? It's good to see Jurassic Express back together. Jack Perry needs somewhere to go. He was injured. The Young Bucks hung him out to dry, and now he's back, and they went after the Young Bucks and beat him. What do you think on this match?
Oh, great match, man. What you think?
Yeah, it was the match of the night. I watched the previews of it. Great match. Jamie Hayter defeated Shakia or Shakia or whatever her name is. They gave this one an A too. So what are your thoughts on this? Jamie Hayter always puts on a good show. What do you think?
Sexy is back, brother.
Yeah, you got that right. And I heard Britt Baker's back. I heard they re-signed her to a contract. She was going to go to the WWE, but I heard she's back. So we'll see. FTR defeated Jet Speed. They gave this one an A too. So your thoughts on this match?
I wouldn't have gave it an A. It was good, but
not that good.
Yeah, not
I'm wondering if Yahoo Sports overgraded these matches here, man.
Hey, you can't. Sometimes you get caught up in the excitement, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron defeated Penelope Ford and Megan Bain. They gave this one a B+. What's your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, very good match. I agree with the B grade.
Well, here's an unusual team, but they managed to get along. Hook and Eddie Kingston beat the Frat House. Your thoughts on Hook and Eddie Kingston? They gave this match a C. Any match Eddie Kingston's in is a good match. And Hook, Taz's son being in it. Oh my gosh, man! This was a really good match because I watched the previews of it here, and I got to say Eddie Kingston always puts on a good show. It's good to see him back. He's been out with an injury for a little while, and I think he was taking some time off. Your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I thought it was a lot more than a C. I thought it was a very good match, man. Almost like the match of the night, but But like you said, man, outstanding wrestlers.
All right, the Death Riders defeated the Conglomeration and Roderick Strong. The Death Riders, they're a very experienced team. It's just too bad that they are the way they are. With some of the stuff that they do, and so. But anyway, that's the way that is. I forgot to turn my ringer off on my phone. Isn't that wonderful? So there you are. All right, here we go. Last match of the night and the best match of the night, I think. Darby Allin beats John Moxley, and it's the return of Sting came in to help out. Your thoughts on this match? It was an I Quit match.
Anytime Moxley lose, it's a bad night for me. Man, the dude just puts his heart and soul in everything that he does, man. Don't always come out on top. Usually he does, but what a brutal and vicious match, man. Yeah, it was great. It was a great match.
You know what? I think this card right here was not a bad card. I believe this was probably, one of their better pay-per-views, I think. I actually believe that.
From top to bottom, I agree.
Yeah, because there's been some that have been a dud, and there's been some that MVP, or not MVP, but MJF has had to carry. I was surprised he wasn't involved in one of these matches. I guess he's still hurting from that tack match he had with Mark Briscoe or whatever. You know what I mean? So. All right, let's see what we got here. It says best viewers. Yep. All right, we got that. Yep. Thank you for commenting there. And any final thoughts, Smokin' Jim, before we wrap it up tonight?
No, I can't think of nothing, man. You laid it out, Ralph, man. What a great show. Both hours was outstanding, man. I enjoyed it.
All right. Thank you very much for that. And thank you as well, Smokin' Jim, for being part of the show. As always, every week, my friend. And don't forget to catch Smokin' Jim tonight on Bethel Park TV on the Pittsburgh Sports Line show. With him, it's going to be Smokin' Jim, L. Levine, the Talking Machine, Mike Rohde, and or Chip Hayner. I'm not sure if Chip will be on again tonight. It's every other week, but with the shortage of excuse me, of somebody by the last name of Callis here. You never know. So we'll see. All right. So we'll see. So anyway, all right, Smokin' Jim, thank you for being part of the show. And until next week, for Smokin' Jim Frazier, I'm Ralph Williams. Thank you for tuning in. I am Ralph Williams, and let me talk to you next week, next Tuesday, 5 p.m., right here for Wrestletalk. Until then, have yourself a great one. And by all means, please be safe. Thank you.